Can America really just go in, capture all of Venezuela's oil output, and then replace its reliance on Canada here? Or is it all just wishful thinking? You see, oil is one of Venezuela's main industries, making up about 80% of the country's exports. And in fact, the country sits on the largest oil reserve in the world, with the country hosting a fifth of the world's total proven oil reserves. So while Donald Trump has attributed his actions to a crackdown on Venezuela's role in the fentanyl crisis, many believe that the real motive behind all this is really the oil, especially given Venezuela's relatively minor role in America's drug problem. And Trump hasn't done a whole lot to beat those allegations. The president has previously demanded that the country return supposedly stolen US oil assets, and not long after the raid, the president announced that the US would be sending large oil companies to develop and rebuild Venezuela's long neglected oil infrastructure. With this also being followed by news that the US would be taking and selling 30 to 50 million barrels of oil from the country to, quote, benefit the people of Venezuela and the United States, and announcing plans to control the country's sales indefinitely. Now, looking past the moral implications of invading a country and exploiting its natural resources, which, yes, is a big one, but looking past that for a second, some people have really run with this idea that the US could convert Venezuela into an energy powerhouse, whether for Venezuela's benefit or their own, with some going so far as to argue that the US economy is about to boom from all the supposedly free oil it's about to receive, and some even warning of the meaningful risk this all poses to Canada, given that the country sends about 97% of its oil exports to the US and could potentially see this substituted with imports from Venezuela. But is this a realistic risk? Can America really just go in, capture all of Venezuela's oil output, and then replace its reliance on Canada here? Or is it all just wishful thinking? Well, that's what I wanted to cover in today's video. And naturally, the controversial and exploitive nature of all this makes it a really ugly topic to discuss. And of course, the future of the oil markets is far from the most important aspect to this update, right? Millions of Venezuelans now face severe uncertainty regarding the future of their country and economy. And it's unclear how beneficial America's involvement will be, whether they truly help rebuild the country and benefit its economy, as Trump has suggested, or simply exploit a vulnerable nation for its natural resources. But today I want to narrow the scope to that discussion of oil and whether the US could feasibly meet its oil needs with Venezuelan exports. Because we have seen markets react to this. Canadian oil companies fell in price on Monday, while US companies actually jumped in value. We're just going to focus on feasibility here and the risk this poses to Canada's own oil industry.